Welcome to Charlie's exclusive content. Today, guys, we're going to be going over all these awesome AR-15 fire control groups here. As you can see, we got a lot of them on the table. We do have some on the website that you will not see here today for other platforms like the SCAR and the Remington 700. But we're going to be going over the AR-15/M4 platform. We're going to be checking these out. We're going to show you some trigger pulls on these. We have the LaRue chassis here. This is a trigger action chassis from LaRue. We have the Geissele Super Dynamic Combat loaded up in there right now. We have some more of these. We're going to throw some of these in the chassis, let you guys check out the trigger pulls. We're also going to go over two-stage versus single stage. Let you guys check that out. We got a Colt Block 1 here with the Geissele SSA in it. Think you guys are going to like it. Okay, before we get into this, we're going to show you guys what you get when you order these from Charlie's. So here's the Geissele. Comes in this package. This is a single stage. This is the SD-SSP here. This comes in just a package like this. Comes with the Geissele Go Juice here. These other ones here are in the box. They have a slave pin and the Go Juice in the back of the box here. Same as this one, has a slave pin in it. This is the Rock River Arms here, National Match 2-stage here. This is what you get. You get instructions here. There's your trigger there. It has Mil-Spec pins in it. And the LaRue MBT here, you see what you get there. You get an extra trigger spring there. You can raise your trigger pull weight up 2 pounds with that spring, and you get instructions there. So that's what you get when you purchase these. Just wanted to let you guys check that out. There's the packaging on the Geissele. There's the SSA that you have in the Block 1 clone. See, there's boxes there, and instructions there. So that's what you get when you purchase these. Oh, and your P65 warning here. You got to know about that. Okay, now that we have this beautiful Colt Block 1 here on the table, we got all of our other fire control groups mounted up in the LaRue chassis here. So some of you may be asking, what is single stage versus a two-stage trigger? And that's pretty easy to explain here. We're going to show you on this Colt rifle here and on the LaRue chassis here. We'll demonstrate the difference between the two. It's very easy to explain. So your most common Mil-Spec AR-15 triggers are usually single stage. That would be this one right here, and this is a Colt Mil-Spec trigger right here. They range from 5 to 9, 10 pounds, just somewhere in between there. They're usually in the middle somewhere. So there's no take up there on that one. I'll show you what I'm talking about on take up. This has the Geissele SSA installed in it. As you'll see, has a little bit of take up there. Has take up and it'll meet a wall. Now this trigger overall is 4.5 pounds, around in that area. We'll show you with the Lyman trigger gauge. Your first pull there, your first stage is about 2.5 pounds. And then you'll meet a wall, and then you'll get a break. And then Geissele states this SSA breaks like a carrot. Breaks like a carrot, very forgiving, good for a defensive carbine. So we'll do that again here. Show you a little bit of take up right there. A little take up and a wall. That's your second stage right here at the wall, and you pull and it snaps. So that is your two-stage. This SSP here is a single stage. And as you'll see, there's almost no take up. I can let this slam. I've got a little duct tape on all of these, so this not quite as loud and a little forgiving in there, and it doesn't crack the plastic or anything. Don't know that it would crack the plastic, but we're just put a little tape on there to make sure. So you'll see no take up right there. That's just one single stage there. There's no take up, and it just snaps, it breaks there. That's a fairly light break right there on this SSP. This Colt Mil-Spec, which is in most AR-15 M4 platforms, is what comes in them. You see here just a very heavy brake right there. Very heavy with the Mil-Specs. Like I said, between 5 to 9 pounds, sometimes 10 pounds. That's the range they are in, and just range all over the board there with the weights. So we got our alignment trigger gauge here. Get her ready. I'll show you what this SSA does. It's a very nice fire control group here. Very nice pull. We'll just pull straight back. We're on the second stage right there, and it breaks. You see that broke a little, under 4 pounds right there. Now this trigger gauge is, you know, it's as accurate as my pull is, so it can be off a little bit. It's not gonna be exact. It may not be the same pull every time because I can't pull it the same way every time, but it'll give us a ballpark. Pull it, take up. There's a second stage right there. Here, 4.1 there. Rack again. Another thing with these Geissele is that charging handle just racks so easy with those Geissele triggers. Get her on there. There you go. That's what the SSA is pulling. Now the SSA-E, they state the enhanced version of the SSA pulls about 1 pound lighter than this one. Now we'll go through here and go through these. Here is the LaRue MBT. Get you some pull weights on it. Got everything greased up with Geissele Go Juice. That slipped off there, but there's 3.8. This is a 2-stage. You see there, there's your sear there. There's your safety sear right there. That doesn't lock up. Now on a Mil-Spec, that's your sear right there on a Mil-Spec trigger. That's what you pull against right there. You see, right there. On these 2 stages and these upgraded triggers, this is just like a safety sear. Geissele's is patented. So there we go. Another pull weight on this. There's your first stage. There's your second right there. We'll do it one more time for you. .5 there. So there is your LaRue MBT there. Feels good. Nice trigger there. Decent reset there. There's your reset. Very short. Show you that reset again. Right there. Here is the Rock River Arms National Match 2-stage. So I haven't pulled it on this one yet. Here's your first stage. And it broke right there. Let's do it again here and show you the reset. Reset feels all right there. Now this Rock River predates all of these triggers on the table here. This trigger was out before all of these. Geissele got their start there around 2004. LaRue a little bit after Geissele. Do another pull here. That went up to 311 there. So let's try that one more time. That could have been me adding those extra ounces on there. It's just kind of awkward doing this on camera. There's your first stage. Yeah, 3.9 right there. Okay, so that's your Rock River Arms National Match there. All these triggers on the table use full power hammer springs. That's very important. That way you can shoot multiple kinds of ammunition, whether it be brass case, steel case. And it's also stated that full power hammer spring actually increases your accuracy. Now, all of these triggers on the table will help increase your accuracy with a lighter pull, smoother pull, more reliable, a lot better than a Mil-Spec. So here is your SSP. Now, this is a single stage. This is Geissele's first introduction into a single stage trigger. They usually, before this, they only made 2-stage triggers. This is their first introduction into the single stage. That's light. That is light. This would be a great precision rifle, DMR rifle. Special purpose carbine there. Probably not what you're going to want to do for a defensive carbine. We'll do it one more time. See what the lightest pull we can get on it. That one went to 2. We'll do it one more time. There's your reset. Right there, very nice, felt great. Yeah, right there again. So that's your SSP Precision there, single stage. Here is the SD-C, the Super Dynamic Combat. This is a lot of 3-gun guys like this. A great defensive fire control group, in my opinion. It's got a little weight there on the pull. It's going to be a little heavier than the SSA. We have the flat bow there. All these others, the guys, they state there's just an M4 curve. LaRue actually makes a flat bow there, but we have the curved here on the table. So here is the SD-C, the Super Dynamic Combat. Right there, just above 4. There's your reset. Oh, that reset feels great. First stage. And break it right there, and that was under 4 there. Reset. There you go, 3.9 there. Now with these flat bows, you can, it's physics here with these flat bows. So the lower down on this trigger bow you are, the lighter that pull is going to feel. The M4 curve kind of centers your finger to the same point every time. You can kind of move your finger up and down on this, so it'll be a little heavier up here at the top. And they say this one, I think they say this one breaks like a candy cane. Just a crisp break, as is the SSA and the Colt lower there. It breaks like a carrot, so it's very forgiving. Good for defense there. You want to have a little forgiveness there if you're in a defensive role and you're losing your fine motor skills when your adrenaline's going. So that is the SD-C there, Super Dynamic Combat. Great trigger there, just great. Now I have the SD-SSP single stage in the chassis here with the flat bow. And I also have the Super Semi-Automatic Enhanced loaded up in the chassis. There, we only had 5 chassis here, so we had to take 2 out. So let's see what these pull. First, we'll start with this single stage here. This is a flat bow, so we gotta be careful how we pull it here. So there's 2.10 ounces there. Do it again. Two. Kind of tricky to stay in the same spot on these flat bows. There's 2.8 there. So this is a little heavier than our SSP single stage. Now, Super Semi-Automatic Enhanced. Now these SSA-E and the SSA, these are SOC mod certified. They're Crane, Indiana. So the SOF guys have the full auto version of these fire control groups. That's the SSF. That's the full auto version that they use. These are the semi-auto versions. Second stage right there. 0.12 there. First stage. There's your pull. So yeah, that's a little lighter on the pull there than the SSA. Here's your reset. Very nice reset. There's your pull. Right there. I'm telling you, these Geissele just feel great. We got a little bit of everything on the table for you guys. We got the LaRue Tactical, and we got the Rock River Arms. So a little across the whole budget spectrum there. We got the, the Geissele would be the most expensive. The Rock River Arms being the cheapest, and the LaRue being in the middle there. There we go. So there's the enhanced there. Didn't show you the reset on the single stage here. Very short. There's your pull. And compared to the old Colt Mil-Spec, let's see what this pulls. Very heavy here. 6 pounds, 7 ounces. I've never liked the reset on these Mil-Spec. I always thought they feel kind of clunky on the reset. So yeah, just over 6, almost 7 pounds on this Colt Mil-Spec here. Yep. So there's your Mil-Spec Colt there. So I didn't mention before, all the Geissele are wire EDM cut S7 tool steel. That would be the same with the LaRue MBT meticulously built trigger there. I'm not sure on the of the steel on the Rock River Arms here, but I should note the Rock River Arms does have a pinned disconnector there. That's pinned in place there on the Rock River Arms. The pins hold it in on the rest of the triggers here. The Geissele do have dimpled pins, dimpled Mil-Spec pins. The LaRue has dimpled pins too. We couldn't find the trigger pin here on the LaRue, so don't know where it's at. It's missing in action. It's around here somewhere, so I just put a regular Mil-Spec pin in there. Regular Mil-Spec pins will work in the LaRue and all these others too, but I like the little dimples there, help you when you're popping them out with a punch. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for tuning in. If you got any questions, feel free to ask questions. Give us a call at Charlie's. And until next time, Charlie's over and out of here.